What is up, SG Nation? It's your girl Sharona. Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so that you are notified on every video that I post. Also, guys, give this video a fat thumbs up if you haven't already, and make sure you follow me on all social media sites. Those social media sites will be down in the description down below, and comment what you guys think of this video. Let's get into it. So as you can tell from the title of this video, it is going to be a story time. Now, I normally do not post things like that. I do things more of like hair tutorials, makeup tutorials, things of that nature, but I thought I'd spice it up a little bit and change it. Forgive me on my hair. I washed it and shampooed it, but I am about to get it wet again after this video because I have not conditioned my hair. I wanted to just kind of air it out a little bit to give it some time to breathe so that I don't feel like I'm just completely overpowering it with different products. But if you guys want to see a video of my hair wash routine, make sure you guys comment down below and I will definitely make a video on that. But no, for today's video is going to be a story time. There's a lot of that a lot of stories that I can honestly say right now, so I'm not even sure which one I'm gonna say because all of them is just dramatically crazy. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna talk about the recent one. I had to think because there was so many stuff that's happened in 2020, and I try to keep my life and my personal business private simply because a lot of people like to judge, a lot of people like to say different things in their opinions, and I have no issues with other people's opinions, but sometimes they can be a little hurtful or they can be judgmental. So I try not to put my personal business out on social media or any other stuff like that. But for the purpose of this video, I'll do a story time. So I'm gonna discuss the most recent one. So this one, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title this video, but for now it's just gonna be story time. So the first thing that I want to discuss is that just recently happened. So okay, so you guys know that I do not I normally don't get on dating apps. I normally don't do those type of things. I tend to just stay off of certain apps and just kind of stay to myself. I'm not really like an outside type person. Like, you would never catch me going outside doing different things. I tend to stay indoors and relax in my bed and watch YouTube, watch other YouTubers, post pictures every now and then. I'm not the type to go out to clubs and parties and get drunk and smoke weed. I don't do that type of stuff. I used to, but I've changed over the couple of years simply because I have a more serious job and a higher position, so now I have a higher responsibility to my company. So if you guys want a video on what it is I do, I can definitely give a video on that one too. But so anyways, so I don't really go out like that. So I'm kind of to myself. So I thought to myself that like maybe I should just try a dating app just to see what happens, because you never know nowadays with the coronavirus going around and a lot of stuff that's been happening a lot lately. A lot of people are not really going out in public. A lot of people are not really going out in certain places, and certain sceneries are being shut down because of the COVID, and a lot of people are getting sick. And so it makes it a lot harder to socially interact with people. And even if you do socially interact, it has to be 6 feet apart. So I figured, why not just get a dating app and just see what happens. My intentions were to get on it for dating. It was specifically for just friends and just to see what can possibly happen, because there is some people that I've seen on social media where they've met on a dating app, and their intentions were not necessarily to date. It was just to have friends or friends with benefits, and then it wind up growing into a relationship and so forth. I don't know exactly where they're at in a relationship. They probably broke up at some point. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to test the waters to see what would happen and if there was still any people of good nature and a good head on them, if they were still out there. So I went ahead and I went on my app store and I was like, I just typed in dating app and I was just looking through all of the dating apps to see which one would be one that's free, that won't cost me money. Because some apps, they're free to download, but once you make an account, you have to pay to get access to messages and upgrades and stuff. And I didn't want to have to pay for something that probably I would never use again after. So I saw this app called Meet Me. If you know what that is, you know that what that app is about. You can basically create an account for friends, dating, friendships, and then you can also go on live. And it's just a bunch of stuff you can do. So, guys, my cat's gonna jump on the bed. She wants to be a part of the video because that's just what she does. This is Bella, my little spoiler. So I just decided, you know what, let me just make that account. So I created the account. It was free. And I instantly got messages from people, but I realized that when I made the account that a lot of the guys that messaged me on the app was very pervertive. They wanted sex, and I wasn't really into all that at that time. I was just trying to find friends and people that I can potentially socialize with and maybe grow into something serious. So, long story short, I met this guy on the app, and he was very attractive in my opinion. He messaged me, but I didn't message him back for the simple fact I didn't want to seem desperate, and I wasn't sure. Usually I will respond to a message depending on how the person messaged me. So like some guys, they'll message me and say, what's up sexy, what's up beautiful, or they'll say like these little corny little like pickup lines. And I'm the type of girl where I don't normally like guys that send me messages like, oh, you're sexy, hey, beautiful, because like I already know in myself that I'm beautiful and I'm attractive. So I don't need a guy to usually say that. And if they do say stuff like that to me, it just sounds like they're just looking for some pussy. So I normally don't respond to those type of messages, but this one in particular guy, he oh my god, my cat is playing with this little mouse toy. She literally almost got stuck in a chair. It was funny. She was digging down deep in it. It's funny. But this one guy in particular, he messaged me and he is Mexican, and he was just like, I forget what he texted me because the messages were so long ago, but he messaged me and was like, you probably would not respond. Like, I like people when they message me. I like guys that are like real honest and blunt. They're not like sugarcoating shit and try to be all friendly and cute. He was just being right to the basic line, like punchline, like, look, you may not message me back, but I'm really hoping that you do message me, and if you don't message me, I totally understand. I may not be your type. And usually when guys send me shit like that, I'm just like, oh wow. Like, you know, I end up responding. I'm different. Like, a lot of girls will message a guy back if he's sending her stuff like sexy, beautiful, but he was like, I'm the type where if I will message you if you are up honest and just yourself. Like, you're not trying to be Mr. Bad Guy or Mr. Perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're actually texting me like on some real shit. Like, that's the kind of guys I like. And he was upfront with me, like, you may not message me back. I might not be your type, but I really hope you do message me. And then that kind of caught my attention. So I read his message and I looked at a couple pictures of him and I was like, well, he doesn't look that bad in my opinion. So, I look at his age, I look at his bio to make sure like he's not some fuck boy or he's not on it for some creepy shit. And make sure he still lives in the same state and city, or at least the same state that I live, because city doesn't really bother me because like if you got a car you can make a way, but if it's another state, probably not gonna work out for me. But everything was confirmed, like he was in the same state, same everything, so I didn't have a problem with that. So we started texting and on the app originally, and then I gave him my phone number, and then we started talking, and we were talking for a few weeks, and we were like, let's see where this goes. Let's just talk, and hopefully there's a future, maybe not, who knows. And things were good. Like, he was texting me every single day. We were FaceTiming. We were calling each other every single day. And then one day we got into this big argument about something stupid. I think it was my fault because sometimes I can get really emotional and I could be like bipolar and act out in ways I shouldn't act out. And I've been trying really hard to like control myself with my emotions, but sometimes it can be a little difficult. So we were just arguing about how like I was telling him how like if you want to be in a serious relationship with me, understand that it takes commitment, it takes time, and it takes a lot of effort, communication, and you have to be willing to want to hang out, want to do this, want to do that. And I understand at that point, like, we were just talking, but he was saying that he wanted a relationship and he wanted something serious with me, and how he started to cancel some of his plans because he wanted to come see me, and he was out of state doing a job. I'm not gonna put all his personal business out, but and he was gonna be back where I live in about a month, and how he wanted to do this and do that. So I told him, okay, we're gonna take our time on this relationship, but just understand the expectations that I have for our relationship for it to work and to grow and prosper. Well, we got in an argument a couple days after we've had the discussion because it kind of seemed like he didn't really want to talk on the phone. It seemed to me all he wanted to do was text. And texting nowadays is the thing for a lot of people. I don't have a problem texting, but being personally, I want to hear your voice. I want to make sure that you are a male and that you're not a female, because it's easy for somebody to create a fake profile and act as a girl and really they're a guy, or act as a guy and really they're a girl. And it's easy to change your name and everything, and it's easy to create a picture or find a picture off of Google and use your phone number but change it as, you know what I'm saying? It's easy. So I wanted to make sure that he was legit who he was, and that when he got on the phone, I mean, you're never too sure either, because that person could have still been a female but just used her brother. You never know. But I wanted to confirm that it was a male that I was talking to, because I didn't just talk to him on the phone. I also FaceTimed him to make sure that he was who he was. And he is. So, but our argument was about that, about us talking on the phone, and I just kind of got pissed off, like, you don't seem like you want to talk to me on the phone. All you want to do is text. And sometimes I can't text you because I could be at work or I could be busy doing something. And it makes it easier to just talk on the phone or FaceTime. So that caused an issue. So we stopped talking after that for a couple weeks. And then another guy, I wasn't going to get back on the dating app, but another guy messaged me on the dating app literally the next, or literally like, no, I take that back. My ex-boyfriend hit me up and we were talking about how we were just going to be friends with benefits, and that was only it because he still had feelings for me. So um not that following day, a couple days later, he came to my house and we were like, let's just have sex. Well, that didn't end so well. We ended up arguing over the past stuff that happened in our relationship, and it just got terrible. It was a very toxic, heated argument, and so it didn't end off well. So he left, and I was so pissed off. And I went back on the app on live, just talking about everything and how I was so pissed off, which I probably shouldn't have done it, but I didn't care. And this guy on the app messaged me, and he was like, what a jerk. He was like taking my side, and I just needed somebody to talk to. So me and him talked on the phone for a couple hours, and then I went to bed, and then I got up for work. We were talking all while I was at work or in between my breaks. And he was just like, you're very attractive and I like you and we should keep talking and see what happens. And at that point, I was like, I don't know if I should do this or not, but let's just see what happens. And we weren't even talking for 2 weeks, and he was just like, well, why don't you move in with me? I got a house, I got a good job, you could quit your job. And I honestly was really considering it because I know it's crazy, but I was really considering it simply because, like, I was just ready to get out of this city, and I didn't care what the excuse was. Like, I was gonna take it either way. Guys, also forgive me, I'm not sick, but I do have a sinus infection. Like, my nose is running, so I will be, if I sneeze in this video or whatever the reason is, I'm sorry. Also, my cats are in the background, they're playing, so you'll hear a lot of their collars. It got like a bell on it. You'll hear it running around the house. They're mostly active at nighttime, and I can normally never get sleep. But which is really messed up because while I'm at work, they get sleep, and then when I want to get sleep, they're up. So that's terrible. But anyways, so I was really gonna consider moving in with this guy, and then I found out he got arrested because he got in a fight with this dude because this dude blew weed smoke in his child's face. Okay, first off, okay, this guy lives about an hour, almost 2 hours away from me. But what was pissing me off about him is like he would say stuff like, I'm not like your ex, I'm not like these guys you used to dating. Like, I'll know how to treat a woman right, and I believe like every relationship only works if you have communication, and I'll treat you right and I'll take care of you. But he was like rushing me to move in with him. And in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking, like, what's the rush for? Like, you don't even know me like that, and yet you're sitting here trying to get me to move in with you. On top of that, like, he wanted me to just, like, up and quit my job and move out within the next couple of days. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, it doesn't work like that. For anybody that moves knows that it takes weeks. First of all, I want to put a 2 weeks notice in my job so that if I ever shit goes down, I'll still have a guaranteed job. Two, moving is a process. Like, we got to get a U-Haul truck. I got furniture. I got TV. I got dressers. I got bed, box spring. I got a lot of furniture that needs to be moved. And I told him it takes time for these things to happen. I can't just bounce out. And then I'm on the lease with my landlord lady. Like, I still have to confirm and talk to her about stuff. And every time I tried to tell him stuff, he just didn't want to listen. He was silent. And then, like, he wouldn't respond. He'll be like, no comment. And to me, that was, like, kind of childish. But I'll be like, why aren't you saying anything? He said he does that because that's just who he is. And he feels like if he says something and he's going to be mean. And I'm like, why would you even be mad or upset? Like, if anything, you should be understanding and cooperative. Because you should understand what this shit is like. I can't just bounce up when you say bounce. I can't just leap when you say leap. These have to be done in a process, or it's not going to work out correctly. And I'm not getting fucked because somebody wants to sit here and screw me over and have me move in with them. Anyways, long story short, I understand the fact that, like, somebody blew smoke in his kid's face, so he's gonna be pissed off and want to fight them. But I also believe that, like, there's a time and a place for everything. And I feel like, I'm not saying I wouldn't do the exact same thing in the exact same situation. I'm saying that some things are better to just walk away from and be the mature adult. And then second of all, why would you even put your child in a position where they have to deal with that? So, anyways, he got arrested. I don't know if he got out. I'm not sure. I never heard from him since. But his friend did text me off of his phone today saying that he got arrested. And I don't know if he got out. Because they said he's been there since yesterday. So, I don't know if he's home now and he's just not reading my messages. I don't know. But anyways, I'm just breaking that off with him because he's just waste of time and wasting my energy. And I did not like his attitude. But anyways, this story is not going to be too long, I promise you. And then I'll have another story on another video if you guys want to see another video of another wild, crazy story I got to tell. But anyways, so while I was going off on this dude saying, like, why are you doing all this foolish shit? The guy that I stopped talking to messaged me back and was like, I'm so sorry for the way things happen. I wish we could stay together and it's my fault and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just get back to talking to him because it wasn't like we stopped talking because, like, he was a jerk or he cheated or he did some crazy shit. It was just the fact that it was immaturity arguments, really. Nothing that we couldn't handle because we can't handle that. So I started talking back with him and, like, everything's back on a good foot and, like, we're all on a good page right now. So, like, but it's just to show, like, people, you gotta be careful because people these days are crazy, and especially with the COVID going around, you never know what the hell's gonna happen. So, like, I always have to keep my guard up at all times. But, like, yeah. But anyways, that's my story for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post. Give this video a fat thumbs up if you haven't already, and make sure you comment down below what videos you want to see me post more of. If you guys want to see another story time, I will definitely post that. Just leave it in the comments down below. Make sure you follow me on all social media sites. Those will be in the description down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Peace.